We
top
have.
of the league.
We have, even though we're only 3 Mancs and 1 Toffee, we are 4 very happy Mancs and 1 extremely happy Toffee tonight, because we've gone away to Turf Moor and got a very important 1-0 result against Burnley. And Everton have gone to Molineux and won 2-1 with Michael Keane winning the fucking winner. Josh, we'll start with you, mate. How you feeling? Top 4. You're in 4th, point behind Liverpool, joint with Leicester.
Buzzing. That is a fantastic win for Everton, especially after the poor result against West Ham. We needed that. It's not an easy place to go to, the Molineux. And I predicted a draw this week. Wasn't quite sure if we had the calibre up top without Calvert-Lewin. But Michael Keane's, top bin with with a cracking header. Great ball in. Buzzing. 3 points. We're back in the mix. Fantastic.
I love that, mate. I think that's a big result for Everton, mate, because Everton have started to be written off and stuff recently, haven't they? And I know, do you know, I feel sorry for you because you've had injuries and stuff, haven't you? That's what's derailed things a bit. I don't know what you lads think.
Defence this year, Digne being out, Coleman being out. There's always the issue with the centre halves. Yerry Mina's coming into his own. Michael Keane's having a great season. Coleman's back now. Digne's back tonight. We just need. We need our main players back, and we're starting to get them back now. We just, I think tonight Calvert-Lewin's out, but he will be back for the next game, I think. So once we've got him back, it's obviously one of the top scorers in the league and our top striker. So I think we're looking in a better position once he's back in the team. But 3 points tonight without him, so can't complain.
What's he out with, Calvert-Lewin?
Yeah.
Go on, Dale.
You know what? I don't. He's got. Personally, I don't keep up with injuries.
I'm sure it's his hamstring, so I'm not sure if he's going to be back next game.
I'll have a little look now whilst you discuss United if you want.
Yeah, go on, Dale. What were you going to say, mate?
No, I was just going to ask Josh then. I mean, how high do you think Everton can go this season? Given where they are now and what we're coming up to halfway through the season. You're in the top 4. Is that now sustainable? Can you go? You're looking even higher.
Given the injuries that we've had this year, I think we're obviously overachieving. I don't think anybody expected us to be here, but people weren't expecting us to beat Chelsea. We beat Chelsea. People weren't probably expecting us to beat Arsenal, even though they were having a rough time. We beat them. We beat Leicester. We beat Spurs at the start of the year. And against Wolves tonight away. We're taking some really good results. So I think people might be a bit premature in writing us off. Obviously, Ancelotti's got it clicking for us this year. He's a top manager. And even though he's not got all the resources there, and he's probably not got half of the team that he wants, he's brought in some class players. And Alan, there's another one I've not even mentioned yet, but Alan, been brilliant for us this year. He's been injured for games now.
He's a great player, him. He's
cracking, solid player, and he's the engine of the midfield. We didn't have a great result in the Cup the other day against Rotherham. Everyone knows that. But I don't care about the Cup. At the end of the day, if we're going and beating Wolves after a poor result against Rotherham, which we still ended up going through on, tonight's result's the one that I care about. If we can push on for a good position in the league and get top 4, even, I take top 6. I really would. If somebody had offered me top 6 at the start of the season, I'd have snapped their hand off. I would have done. And any sort of European competition for Everton Football Club is a step in the right direction, I think.
Aye. Speaking of good results in poor games, Lee, well, I'm going to cross over to you. And the reason why I want to come to you is because I know you are a staunch advocate of Paul Pogba. So take the floor, mate. How are you feeling? Top of the table.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if all of the usual media outlets will refer to us as the league leaders, as they love doing when Liverpool and City are up there in our next games. But yeah, it was a tough game. Pogba was brilliant. I mean, I've had a weird relationship with Pogba. I loved him for his first 2 years. And then he just started winding me up. And I think it was a culmination of his agent and him saying certain things to the media during interviews with France and things like that, it almost feels now like he's playing knowing that he is going to get a move possibly, or that he's playing trying to force that move away, or even thinking to himself, do you know what, let's have a swan song of a final season, win the league, and then sail out into the sunset to Madrid or Juventus. Either way, I don't care. He's performing for us at the minute, and that goal was so important. And it took a deflection, but I don't care. You've got to buy a ticket to win the raffle, haven't you? So, it was a tough game. Burnley looked like they were out to disrupt and stop us from taking the 3 points. They looked like they were just there to stop us, really. They weren't really playing to win, I don't think. I might get slated for that, but I don't care. And at the end of the day, we're winning a scrappy game. That the cliche is, those are the games you win on the way to a title. So, yeah, we're only in January. There's going to be a lot of games between now and the end of the season. Whether we're in contention still, I don't know. Obviously, Liverpool are a strong team. We go there on Sunday. It's going to be a tough game. Whether we can break their not unbeaten streak at home, I don't know. But would I have rather have been 3 points going into that game ahead, or 1 point going into that game ahead? I'd definitely have taken the 3 points. So even a draw for us will keep us above them. The only issue for me then, though, is that if you look at Man City with their 2 games in hand, if they win those 2 games, then they're a point behind us. So we kind of don't need to drop points at all, or hope that City have an off day against someone. And that'll also probably place a lot of emphasis on the next derby as well. So, yeah, buzzing, great win, and roll on Anfield on Sunday.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because we're all dropping. Every single team's going to drop points. I'm not bothered about City, really, because everyone's dropping points. It's just a strange table this season. And you've seen, we just said then, right, we're watching the game and stuff, didn't we? And we just said if Spurs win their game in hand and then City win their 2 games in hand, there's like 4 points difference between 6 or 7 teams. So if we can go, I still think the team to watch are Liverpool. I do. So if we can go to Anfield and get a result and we go 6 points clear, we've got to fuck up twice just for them to draw level with us. And I'm very happy with having a cushion like that. Which leads me into my next question. Mr. Dale Barber, can we go to Anfield after this showing tonight, and beat Liverpool? Bearing in mind, we've not rested any players tonight. Liverpool have had a rest for over a week. They decided to field their full-strength team against Aston Villa's kids, which I can't understand, but we're not going to talk about it. And it's just the odds seem to be stacked against us, don't they? Like in terms of like rest.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna jump onto that. I mean, the odds are sort of against us in the fact, Liverpool are on this long unbeaten run at home. We've just played, tonight. I'd be happy going there, and if we came away with a point, I'll be chuffed with that.
Yeah.
To sustain that 3-point lead at the top, going to a rival, and not losing the game, doing a typical Mourinho, going to a big, a top team away from home and just getting a point. I'll be happy with that just to keep the cushion. But we're the form team away from home though. You look at the league table.
Yeah.
We've only dropped 2 points, is it, away from home?
Yeah, that's amazing. That is.
It's one of them. They've got a great home form the last couple of seasons. We're in fantastic away form in the league. It's one of them. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a good game, I think. But if we can come away with that without losing, getting a point or even 3 points, which is going to be a tough ask. But if we can get something out of that, I think that'll be a great result for us.
You know what? Yeah, I take a point, and I think we all want 3 points, don't we? Like, but realistically, with the rest time they've had from the FA Cup and stuff, like a point would be a cracking result. Firstly, because it puts us 5 points ahead of Everton. Then maybe they have a game in hand, but it gives us a nice cushion over Everton then as well. It means they're going to struggle to catch us. But
you know what?
Go on, lad.
Sorry. I was just going to say, going into that game now on Sunday, the pressure is on Liverpool because if they lose, they're 6 points behind us then. And that's a lot in the way that we're playing at the minute. We don't look like dropping a lot of points. If we lose, then we go level again. So it's not the end of the world if we get beat. I don't want to get beat, obviously. If we draw, we stay 3 points ahead of them. We might get overtaken then by City, who have the games in hand, but we're still in the mix. So no matter what happens, it's not the end of the world for us if we don't get a result on Sunday. Whereas for Liverpool, if they go 6 points behind us, it'll mean that if City wins their games in hand, they're 5 points behind City. Then that's when it'll start to get a little bit rocky for Liverpool, I think. So that game on Sunday is massive for them, which I actually think will go in their favour because they played better when they've got something to play for, if that makes sense. So that's the only thing that worries me.
I don't know, because there's a lot of Liverpool are this season playing like a team that are under pressure. Like you can tell it's like sort of wearing on. You can even tell it's wearing on Klopp, and like the pressure was on us tonight. The pressure was on us massively. Like, and you could tell cagey performance really, and it needed a moment of brilliance. And no disrespect to Burnley, you said it yourself. No disrespect to Burnley, but they set up to take a point. And if they conceded, then the plan was pretty much out the window, barring a set piece or something like that. But if there was ever going to be a moment of brilliance that came from anyone in this game, it was going to come from us because we've got the players to do it. But there's parallels to be drawn with Everton as well. Like, you know, I know we're not. I no disrespect to Everton either. I don't think any Everton fans realistically thinking that a title push is on. And you just said it yourself then, Josh, like you'd be buzzing with top six. And if that's a goal for Everton this season, I think that's a fair goal. Top six is, 32 points now. You're going the right way about it. I'd say another 20, 25 points from your last, 20, 22 games. Done. You're looking at mid-50s, 60s, aren't you?
I think top six is a realistic prediction for me based on how we're doing at the moment. But a realistic one, top six. But I think, we are four. Maybe I'm being unoptimistic about it. Maybe I should be pushing more for a top four shout. But, I just don't think that the team's ready yet. I don't think that we're there to be pushing for a Champions League qualification position or whatever it is, the fourth spot I earned you. I don't even think that the squad's there for a Europa League push because we've all seen what that extra European competition does for you if you've not got the squad depth. Everton have had a couple of goes at it before where we've been in the Europa League and we've just not had the team to cope. And it reflects in your league performance, doesn't it? That's where you start, especially Everton, you start dropping into your mid-table positions, slightly below 10th. I don't want to see Everton struggling in 11th, 12th position in a bang average place in the league. I'd rather see us fighting for the top six, top four positions, but have the squad depth to cope with European competition midweek as well, like your Man Utd, Man Cities. But it's just not there for us at the moment. I reckon, within 5 years with Ancelotti at the helm, we could do it. He's got the pulling power. He's a top-class manager, probably one of the top 10 managers in the world based on what he's won. We're lucky to have him. And he's showing that now based on the league position and what he's got us doing with half a squad that's not even his. Half of it's, people that were brought in by Koeman and Martinez, Silva. He's making do with some shit players there. I mean, the best out of them, which is what Moyes did, effectively. But yeah, I reckon there needs to be a 5-year plan with Everton. And I reckon it is a top four. They need to be looking at top four because if you're not going for top four or to win the league, what are you realistically in the league for?
Yeah, I would say that. Don't get these teams that strive for like mid-table finishes.
Like Crystal Palace.
Finish again next year. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But if you're not playing to win that league, then why are you even trying? I just don't get it. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm being realistic as a fan, saying that we might slip a little bit, but I would hope for top six. But given the fact that we're fourth, maybe we should be pushing for top four. Like some of the teams that I've already rounded off that we've beaten tonight, Wolves, they're a top squad. We've beaten Spurs, we've beaten Arsenal, and I know they're having a bad year, but it's still Arsenal, isn't it? You can't just say Arsenal are shit and you're a guaranteed win. We've beaten Chelsea. you know, these are top Leicester, top teams, top
Yeah.
teams that are pushing the top four. And then if you're beating them, why shouldn't you be in the mix?
I can assure you, mate, as a United fan, Arsenal is not a definite win. We are going to drop points. Someone's going to drop points against Arsenal. Do you know what, though? I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think it's such a mad league this year that Everton could get Champions League and it wouldn't be out of the ordinary. I think a lot of us, like me and you, Lee, are probably two of the most, not, I wouldn't say pessimistic, but I'd say realistic United fans out there. I don't think we get carried away too much. But I think it's one of those years where even though we've not really got on paper what would seem like an optimal team to win the league, because the league is that mad, we could do it. And if we go to Anfield on Sunday and win that game, we're well on our way. We are the team to catch them. And I think tonight's performance was, you hit the nail on it, as cliche as it sounds, they're the kind of games that no one ever remembers, but you've got to win them to win the league.
Definitely. And there we go. We're doing our job. So let's see if everyone else can do theirs. We're just winning the games as they come. So long may it continue. And see you in Liverpool on Sunday.
Liverpool on Sunday. Let's wrap up, lads. Go on, lad.
I can't wait for that Sunday game. I know it's not Everton, but that is, I said it last week, I think, in the podcast. But for me, now that you've beaten Burnley tonight, that's the game of the season. And you've said it. Whoever wins that, you would imagine they'd go on to win the league. This is a massive game for Man United and for Liverpool, because it's their opportunity to claw points back, vital points against massive opposition who are flying. But for me, as a neutral, Man United obviously have gone through a transition. This is your time to prove that you've gone through that transition as a football club, and you are back to where you need to be challenging, which is top of the league.
Yeah.
You know, how many times did you win it in the 90s? Our childhoods, we grew up watching United dominate. This is the time now to show that you are a dominant force to be reckoned with again. This is where you prove that you deserve to be back up there.
Yeah, it's a big one. If we beat Liverpool, we've just beat the defending champions. We're 6 points clear. We go on a run. If Liverpool beat us, that could be the catalyst for them for their comeback this season. They could run away with it again. So, big game, lads. Big game. Can't wait.
4:30 p.m. Sunday.
Right, cheers, lads. Thanks very much for tonight.
That was good.
That's why everyone just before everyone goes, if anyone does have a quick listen to this tonight, and if you've seen us on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, if you've happened upon it, then it would be amazing if you could just drop us a subscribe. It really helps, and you'll get instant notifications when we post new videos and things like that, and keep you updated with everything that's going on. And we want to change the username on YouTube, so please subscribe.
Yeah,
thanks.
We need 100 subscribers. Social media, we are 4M1T. Josh, congratulations, because he passed a very important exam today, so everyone better get on Twitter and everything and just tell my man congratulations. And Ollie's at the wheel.
Up the top is.
See you later.